Welcome back, everyone. My name is Nick, and this is my channel, Counter the Narrative. I like to do things a little different here. I like to talk about complex concepts and ideas, but break it down into analogies and real-life situations and emotions to help explain them. I like to relate concepts to everyday life to help others see something that they may not be able to see themselves. I relate it to an emotion or feeling they've encountered in reality. I prefer to do this instead of telling you what to do or throwing terms and labels at you. Only you know the best way to help your own life, and terms and labels put things in boxes or paint situations with broad brushstrokes. By the end, I promise you'll learn something new or see a different way to visualize everyday life. Hopefully even a slight change in perspective or even a major light bulb moment of, I never looked at it that way before. If you have one, please share it in the comments. I would love to hear it. Without any further ado, let's hit the intro and let's begin. You create the reality you live in. I talk about this often in my other videos and posts because I feel it's best to get as many people as possible to understand how to see this and how to understand this, and more importantly, be able to implement it into your own life. I like to discuss a couple different things. 1. How to realize your own power and more about your own mind. 2. How to get out of the negative mindset. 3. How to create your own reality. And 4. Understand how the collective will decide how humanity will go and why things are going the way they are. The true power of the human is the power they have in their own minds. This is a secret that has been kept from us. To me, there is no greater secret than to understand how the human mind operates. I'm not even talking like a neurosurgeon level. I'm talking from observing yourself, your own emotions, being consciously aware of oneself, and watching how others interact. Watching what they do and the impact reactions they get and why their life is the way it is. As you do become more and more aware of others' actions, and at the same time stop blaming others and becoming self-aware of your own actions in a situation, you begin to become more self-aware. One can only become self-aware if they're even aware that it's a possibility. At this point, shit becomes very real, because the ego wants to be correct and everything else is wrong. Well, your ego is a filthy liar. You're oftentimes wrong, and then try to find ways to justify your own behavior instead of owning up to it. I'll keep it simple. Stop blaming others for your own screw-ups and take accountability for your own actions and reactions to situations. The moment you step out of victimhood, so-and-so did this to me, that's why my life sucks, and you step into, what did I do to contribute to this situation? This is the day you grow as a person. You are now leaps and bounds above anybody else who isn't self-aware. You have now taken back the power from which you gave to the other person that hurt you. The media, the system, and life in general keeps you in a constant locking of horns with others, and even worse, yourself all day, every day, stuck in your own head of worthlessness, doubt, worry, and whatever else. I see the world as ego-driven, self-centered, and impossible to continue on this path for humanity to survive. I feel the next step in human evolution is becoming self-aware. Become aware of when you feel like crap, mentally, physically, spiritually. Track back what caused it. What did you do to make the situation worse? The moment you realize your own faults in situations and start to see your own actions in life, all while saying to yourself, I'm tired of my own bullshit and I need to change, is the day your life will change forever. That simple flip of perspective is all it takes. Change is inevitable, and sadly in this world, change doesn't typically come until there's enough pain and suffering to force a person to change. Becoming aware of this can help you as well. Don't allow the situation to get to a point where you lose your shit until you change your habits. When you step out of the ego and the spot of always needing to be correct, you find a peace you can't find anywhere else. Couple this with giving up the illusion of control. This is part of shadow work. Also learning lessons and the reason we are on this planet in this particular body, in this particular situation. To become self-aware, see the issues of this world, and help the others learn and grow and heal. We can only control ourselves, and so very much of it is out of our control. When we try to control others or events that are out of our hands, we end up negative and angry and take it out on others. Shadow work is the understanding, seeing, feeling, and knowing the dark side of you that subconsciously controls your emotions and actions. When you lash out and harm others in retaliation to what you deem as an attack on you, this also guides you subconsciously through your life. Your shadow is a necessary part of you as well, but learning to control it and using it when necessary is essential in growth and understanding. These are mainly your negative emotions and projections into the world. We're also manipulated as kids to create our subconscious programming in the image that the top want us to have. Since we are the creators of reality, if they manipulate the kids to view the world a certain way, that's the world the kids will create as adults. Your parents' faults and habits are passed to you, which were passed from their parents, and so on. This keeps us reliant on the system because it is the system that teaches us and our parents taught us. It's a never-ending cycle until we become aware of the problem. The ultimate problem reaction solution. Create a situation in victimhood and they'll be reliant on you or the government for the rest of their lives. Notice the younger generation just wants everything to be free and they're always the victim. What did the Jesuits say? Give me a child until they're 7 and I'll show you the man. It's all mental programming of the subconscious mind that drives our day-to-day actions, thoughts, and behaviors. This is to control the population by us controlling ourselves. Create the child's mind to live in fear, and they'll be in fear for the rest of their lives. Welcome to the conversation, Doom and Gloom Religious Indoctrination. It's nice to see you here. What we currently see in the world is as simple as that. We're now shedding that programming, and notice how things are changing. Why is everything in chaos? Nobody throws a bigger tantrum than a narcissist that's losing control of someone's mind. You create the reality you live in. Your house, your car, your job, your relationships are all a physical manifestation of what's going on in your own mind. Please stop blaming others for this. Somebody may have done something to slow your growth, but what's worse is your subconscious reaction to the problem that drives you even further into the hole after that situation is over. Dwelling on it, beating yourself up over it, or even worse. Now let's take a step further. Once you understand this, you now understand that every person in this world put together creates the corrective reality on this planet. One person creates their own life's reality. 10,000 people create a town's reality. Millions create a state's reality. Hundreds of millions create a country's reality. And together almost 8 billion people create the reality of the world. This is why so much money is spent on marketing, media, psyops, and so very much more that I won't get into in this video. This is why the top manipulates and lies to us all. They are manufacturing a reality in their own image and then get us to create it for them through the media, celebrities, and much more. This infringes on our own free will, but they do it in a manner that they literally tell you everything they're going to do. And if you don't stop it, you give them the consent to continue. Silence is consent as well. Also, it relieves them of their own personal karma. At least, that's what they believe. They know all of this and are consciously aware of it. They've literally written books on how to do it, and it's happening in reality right now. This is why the news is fake and lies to you, to get you to create a certain reality in your own life, which becomes the reality of millions, which becomes socially acceptable, and if you step out of line, millions of regular people are there to chastise you. We literally are our own sheep herding dogs. After this video, I'll affect thousands of lives and hopefully open the eyes of one or two, or unlock a missing piece in someone's life that will forever change their reality. I'm hoping to shift the consciousness and understanding of a couple people forever, which will in turn change others. Now, just think of what the collective media can do, moving as one giant organism. It's a ripple effect with every post and interaction we make. Become mindful of your own words and your own energy, for you have a far greater impact than you think. We are all connected in this massive living organism known as life. They dread the day that we figure this out as a collective. These are the two main timelines, or realities, that are happening right now. The consciously aware of the bullshit and the ones hopelessly plugged into the system, keeping it going, feeding it the fear energy it needs to survive. Your thoughts, actions, and emotions have a far greater impact in the future of reality than you can possibly imagine. This is why they censor us and control the information given to the public. If this idea is missed, please look at your own life and what led you to the exact moment you're in, surrounded by the exact people you're in the exact situation you're in. Not happy? Want to change? You can change it. Change is inevitable. Why not make it in the image that you want it to be? The world is splitting, and it is needed and inevitable. You can fight it, or you can embrace it and create a new world. But either way, growth of human consciousness is inevitable. It's been written in the stars since the beginning of time. There are so very many more levels and angles to this, but I feel this is a good start. If there's anything specific you'd like expanded on or further addressed, please let me know in the comments. Please stick around to the end for the outro and my own personal message to the world. If you found this useful and had an aha moment, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear. My goal in this world is to help others understand what this reality is and how best to navigate it. If you enjoyed, please like, share, and subscribe, and find me on other social media platforms for more. Links and names in the description box below. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos like this coming up. Once again, this is Nick from Counter the Narrative, and until next time, be the change you wish to see in the world. God bless.
It had been well understood by the scientists